Welcome to Growing Up Boomer. I'm your host, Padre, and this podcast is dedicated to the life and times of the baby boomer generation. The show is loosely scripted, and sometimes we'll go down rabbit holes, and where it leads us to, one will never know. This podcast can be informative, funny, and sometimes irreverent. But most of all, we hope you find it entertaining. Hey, Professor, how you doing, my man?
Oh, Padre, I'm doing great. What's up with you?
Oh, all kinds of stuff here. I thought when we retired, we'd have a lot of time on our hands, and I don't.
Yeah, I don't know what time is. Time? I had a busy day all day today. I just got back in time to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't know if you are typical of a lot of what I understand retirees are, because I know that when you were working, you got up, gosh, awful early.
Yeah, about 3 a.m.
Yeah, 3 a.m. And now you probably sleep into, I don't know what time you get up. The point is, your day starts later, okay? And dinner is still the same time, okay? And so your day is less, so there's just not much time anymore.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. No, now I get up about 5 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah, unless we take care of the baby, then I'll probably get up at 4.
What time you go to bed?
Oh, 8:39?
Oh, well, no, you're an early. Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, not me.
There's nothing.
Okay.
That's the beauty of streaming. I can watch it whenever I want.
Well, no,
DVRs and streaming.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you must be a night owl. Well, you're not even a night owl. and you're not a morning person. You're a I don't know, dark 30 person.
I don't know what you are, right?
Yeah, really,
Oh, hey, you know what? We're talking about age. And do you remember when you were young? We always did stupid things because we didn't know any better.
Oh, I did. Oh, I could tell you some stories of really stupid things. But anyway, maybe that's a future podcast. Stupid things baby boomers did. Anyway.
Oh, you ain't kidding. But you know what? The problem with baby boomers now?
What?
Is we do stupid things because we miss being young.
Well, I am trying to let my years and my wisdom keep me from doing stupid things. I still climb a ladder. I'll still get up on my roof, which is probably a stupid thing. But
you ain't kidding.
I still feel pretty good about that. I'm in pretty good shape. So
what do they always say? You know what? Before you become old and wise, you have to be young and stupid.
Yeah. If you don't try, if you're not failing, you're not trying.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't want to fail while I'm on a roof.
Nope. I agree.
Oh, by the way, I just want to let you know that we got downloaded Ecuador, South Africa, and Switzerland.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. We're all over the place here.
All right. It is all over the place. Exciting. Good news.
Yeah, that really is. I'm surprised you didn't say anything about my hat today.
Why should I said it yesterday. Do I have to
No,
say
it's
it
a different one.
Oh, you're right. It is a different one. Oh, golly geez. Well, how many of those do you have?
Oh, man, come on.
I bet you have a room full.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You'll see me wear a different one every podcast.
Hey, by the way, for the listeners, we're talking about Dodger paraphernalia. Just in case you're out there listening.
Yeah, this is my Dodger World Series 2020.
Yeah, 2020. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the one you saw the last podcast was 2024.
That was 2024.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, some sad news. Remember, did you hear Roberta Flack passed away?
I heard she went away.
R&B singer. She did R&B, jazz, and she was able to come into the Billboard Top 100. Remember, Killing Me Softly was her big hit.
Yep. Softly. I know. Yeah.
And when I heard she passed away, I just remembered that I had 2 movies that I had just watched.
Oh.
The Blues Brothers.
The
Blues Brothers and the Blues Brothers 2000.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right.
Yeah. No, what can I tell you? I'm a connoisseur of bad movies.
Okay, I was gonna say you're watching classics again.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I watch that is because of the artists that are in there, the musical artists.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen any of those movies. You probably haven't, because
I swear I've seen Blues Brothers. Yeah, I know I have.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen Blues Brothers too.
Okay.
That's Bellucci and everybody, right?
No. No,
Oh, then
Belushi was not
then I'm
in.
off base.
Yeah, he was not in that one. He had already passed away. Calloway had passed away, and John Candy had passed away. Matter of fact, they dedicate that movie.
Candy. Yeah,
They
wow.
dedicate that movie to those three people.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Blues Brothers.
But
yeah.
they in the second one, they're in Battle of the Bands, and it's called Louisiana Gator Boys Band.
Okay.
And man, the artists in there are unbelievable. I mean, you had like Bo Diddley, Steve Winwood, Lou Rawls, Dr. John. You remember Dr. John?
Yeah.
Isaac Hayes, Billy Preston. Remember they used to call him what, the fifth Beatle?
Yeah. You said Isaac Hayes, right?
Yeah.
With that big, booming, deep voice. Isaac Hayes.
And then Gary U.S. Bonds.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. You know how he got his name?
You know, I'm going to have to go watch that.
Oh yeah, just at the very end.
Lead, yeah.
Forget everything in the middle. Just go right to the end. Okay, awesome. But you know how he got his name, Gary U.S. Bonds? His name, I think it was Gary Anderson or something like that. Is when they sent out the demo records, the guy sent it out in buy U.S. bonds.
Okay.
Sleeves. Okay. And so when they played them, it says, "Oh, this is Gary U.S. Bonds."
I get it.
You know, so that's how he got his name, and it stuck. Eric Clapton plays guitar in it.
He was in there too?
Oh, yeah. Coco Taylor. I mean, she was awesome. She was sometimes known as Queen of the Blues. Just awesome.
I'm familiar with that name.
Coco Taylor. Yeah. I'm sure you will, because I know you like music as well.
I do, but that name doesn't ring a bell.
B.B. King.
B.B., of course.
And then Paul Schaefer. Remember from Late Night with Letterman? He used to be the band guy.
I didn't watch a lot of Letterman.
Oh, okay, all right, and that's just to name a few.
Right,
that's just to name a few.
If that's just a few, then that's a whole bunch.
Oh, wow. You ain't kidding. And of course, they had solo with James Brown.
Okay,
you know, and Aretha Franklin. They came out in both movies.
Wow.
And man, can she sing? I mean, she's got a set of pipes on her that is unbelievable.
Yeah, she does. She's really good.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, if every time she sang gospel, I'm sure she probably converted more people than a country revival preacher.
Everybody was up there standing up and raising those hands. Absolutely. Hallelujah.
Oh yeah. I think Wilson Pickett's in it as well. I mean, there's just all kinds. There's just all kinds. I'm trying to think. Junior Wells.
God,
he's a big blues guy. Movies. Oh, and Eddie Floyd.
Eddie Floyd was with whom?
Yeah. He
was
Pink
Floyd, no.
No, but that's where Pink Floyd is rumored. That's where they got their name. They put the Floyd in because what does Pink Floyd mean?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but it was really awesome. You know, I mean, just to hear the bands and play. I mean, let's remember, all the music today is rooted back to these people.
Sure.
Yeah, rock and roll, alternative rock, hip hop, rap, all goes back. Has its roots all the way back.
There's others in there, but all the way back.
Yeah,
and some I think a little bit earlier than them too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Cab Calloway. Remember, he was the king of scat singing.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I think who is it? Ellis Fitzgerald was supposed to be the best scat singer of all.
Yeah, Ella. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was good. Well, let's get into the podcast. Enough about my bad movies.
We're doing a podcast? Oh, okay.
Enough about my bad movies.
Okay.
As you know, the podcast today is how gym class was for us baby boomers.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you, there are some memories.
Yeah, but I bet you're a stud. You were probably
I don't know if that's an adjective that I would put on myself. But depending on what it is you're talking about, I had success.
All right.
And other things, probably not.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I am sure you never got pantsed.
No, I never got pantsed.
Okay. All right. So that means you weren't a nerdy kid.
Yeah. No, I wasn't a nerd. Mm-hmm. No, definitely not.
Oh, no. This guy, nerd extraordinaire. Even the kids say that.
Your middle name.
What's that? Yeah, that's my middle name.
Yeah.
The nerd. You know, and I was the worst kind of nerd. You know why?
No.
Because before I hit the end of middle school, not only was I nerdy, but I wasn't smart either.
Oh,
my grades were terrible.
Oh, well, something changed and turned around, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I finally said, that's it. But I always make fun of myself with the kids and tell them when I graduated, I was at the top 10% of the class.
Cool.
Okay. Now we had 500 people graduate. I was number 50.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I'm at the top in the top 10.
Absolutely. That's your claim to fame, buddy.
Yeah, that was it. Oh, yeah.
Don't let that go.
Yeah, you're talking chess club, ham radio club. Just really, really nerdy guy. But, when it came to gym class.
Wasn't that your best subject?
Not even close. Not even close. I mean, I had to do everything I could to get a C.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But I did play on the JV basketball team in my junior year in high school. So I was in pretty good shape, and I actually, under my senior year, got an A in gym class.
Look at that. PE. You went out on top.
Yeah, I went out on top, doggone, but I had to beg for that. They gave me a B. They gave me a B, and everybody, and get this, even the jocks said, because I had improved so much, they said, you don't deserve a B, you deserve an A.
Wow.
Because I was in the top when they were doing like punting and basketball shooting and stuff like that, and I was near the top with the jocks, and they told me, you better go talk to the coach.
Wow.
So sure enough, I talked to him, and I talked to the head coach, and he says, oh, that's probably a mistake. In other words, it was supposed to have gone down. So he started looking at my scores, and he says, you're absolutely right. And so he gave me the A.
Cool.
So that's how I when I graduated, it was a straight A's.
There you go. Good.
But man, God. Yeah. Now, for instance, did you guys ever play dodgeball?
Yes, absolutely dodgeball.
Okay. How did your dodgeball play?
Well, if I recall correctly, it was Fast and Furious. And everybody was trying to cream the other person on the other side. Anybody you can.
Yeah.
And you tried to dodge that ball coming at you.
Well, how many balls did you have? I mean, when you did it?
Oh, now you're. I think we did 2 on some occasions.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Because I came from a poor school, so we only can afford 1.
Yeah, one was the normal one, but I can recall thinking that they put an extra ball out there just to make things exciting.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? They always try to get the strong ones out first.
Oh yeah.
And then you're left there all by yourself.
Yeah. And then you're getting beamed.
Oh, you ain't kidding, man. Because they give it to the best guy on the team, and man, he zeroes in on you, and boom. You see that, what is that Ben Stiller movie, A Dodgeball? You ever see that? Well, those are soft. This was like hard, like, somebody left this ball out in the sun. And man.
Or overinflated it or something like that. So it
had a rough skin on it, and man, when it hit you, it hurt.
Yeah, well, yes.
Golly.
Dodgeball, yeah. I mean, it was fun. I mean, it was.
Oh yeah,
fun.
For you.
Okay. Well, it was fun to a degree. I had more fun doing other things, but it was okay. But I don't know if they played dodgeball much anymore.
No, they don't. They don't. My grandson's in the middle school now. Is going to high school next year, and that's all. That's all gone.
Okay. Well, it's interesting, but just about PE class. I'll talk about that a little bit later. I mean, currently, but we'll get there. Yeah. So that was dodgeball. How were you a climbing rope? Because you had to have climbing rope.
I never made it. I never made it. Well, first of all, okay, all right. There's 2 things I could not do to save my life. Okay. Climb rope, and you can imagine what the second one was.
No, not running. I don't know. Tell me.
Pull-ups.
Oh, pull-ups. Yeah.
I had never done a pull-up in my entire life. Ever.
Okay.
Ever. Now, let me tell you this. I am so ashamed that even though I got in shape after I got out of high school, I wouldn't do a pull-up because I'd be afraid I couldn't do it. I think it's all in the head.
Well, yes, apparently it is in the head.
I was so humiliated just hanging there. You heard the term noodle arms.
Okay. Oh, that's what you had.
That's what I had.
You had noodle arms.
Oh,
okay.
Golly, it was so embarrassing.
So you're a nerdy noodle.
Yeah, that's true. I'm telling you, Professor, it was so bad. Oh, golly, you'd only get about halfway up and that was it.
Yeah, it was required, if I recall.
Yes, it is. Yes, it was.
A lot of times it was required.
You were
although I was fine with the ropes. That was one thing that I got a kick out of, climbing up there. But there's a technique to doing it. Once you figure out the technique, you can use the rope to help you get up there.
Yeah.
So, because you didn't just have to do it with your arms. You just
no. You could wrap your leg around it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you see, I was also scared of heights.
Oh.
I got halfway up there, and I'm like, I don't want to go any further.
Yeah, well, if you're afraid of heights at a gym room height, you are afraid of heights.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh wow.
Oh okay.
Yeah. Climbing rope. That was fun though.
Yeah.
That I actually kind of liked.
Oh, well, that's good for you.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, how about the one drink rule? Did you ever have that one? You could only take.
Tell me what that was.
Yeah, you remember when you were in gym and you're thirsty, you could only go to the water fountain one time.
You know what? That was about it. You were right. I mean, if there was a water break or something like that, you got one shot.
Yeah.
Okay, to do that. Yeah. That was very helpful.
Yeah.
Healthy, and didn't help the dehydration, but oh well.
Yeah,
I guess they didn't care.
Point. Then you drink so much because you only had the one drink rule that you drink too much, and then you'd eat when they made you run laps.
No, yeah, okay. So I'm in middle school and high school. I went to school in Manhattan, so I was in the city. So there really wasn't, and it was, and so we didn't do it outside. We were all inside. Oh no, we had a playground, but we didn't do PE out there. It was all inside. Oh, and so what would happen to you? I mean, because you were in a hot area. If you were outside, it was 110 degrees. Oh. Okay, they gave you one drink.
One drink.
Okay, those really nice PE teachers.
Well, yeah. I think they're frustrated NFL coaches.
Maybe so. Yeah, well, yeah, I get that. So you're talking about running laps. So I didn't have to worry about running laps because I was in a city school. Okay, they didn't have, some schools, well, they'd have to be really huge to have an indoor track. So I didn't have to worry about that part.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But I guess I kind of sort of fell back on using that as a punishment because I know PE teachers in those days, if you acted up or something like that, you're doing push-ups or you're running.
Yes.
Okay. And so I ended up doing a few more push-ups because we couldn't run. Okay. There was no place to run. So I know it's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Well, yeah. And if you were late, you'd have to run laps.
Oh, any excuse.
Yeah.
Any excuse to make a kid run, or in my case, do push-ups. No worries. Done. Yeah, that was it. So,
and it was a lap for every minute you were late.
Yeah. Yeah. I just figured out, since I had to do push-ups, I think that's why I was okay to do pull-ups. Okay. Yeah, probably that kind of goes together. So, the other thing, though, that went on in gym class, and it went on outside of gym class, too, is choosing teams. What was that like for you?
Oh, don't do that. I've got such bad memories of that. I was so bad that they would allow me to go to the girls' team, and they refused to have me.
Oh no.
Yeah. No. We don't want Joey. Because they used to divide them right between the girls and the boys. Well, you can go with the girls' team, and they'd say, no, we'll play one less.
Oh, Padre. Ooh, sorry.
Now you know why I'm so messed up. Right?
Well, okay. There's a few traumas in your life. I could see that.
Yeah.
But it was no fun. I mean, I've been on the end of that also. I was, depending on the sport or what it was, I would probably, I remember I loved doing the baseball bat, the hands on the bat.
Yeah.
Going up to the top.
Yeah.
Okay. For who goes first. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Or who was the captain.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And after that, depending on it was, I kind of felt like you. I don't remember them saying you could go join the girls team, but I remember sometimes I I was one of the last ones picked, depending again on the sport and what it was.
Yeah.
So, but it could be very humiliating. So,
yeah,
I get that.
yeah, it's pretty humiliating for me.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, you know what the problem was is I enjoyed sitting on the bench.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to play.
Okay, well, you could be the official bench warmer.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
You know,
there you go.
when I was on the JV team basketball team, we only lost one game. And, and that's a game that I wasn't at. And I told them that's because you were coming back because you guys were sitting on cold benches.
Well, that was one sport I was horrible at. Basketball, I think it was the 10th grade. I was JV. You know, and it's interesting because when I went to school, this is back in New York, New Jersey, and then New York. Elementary school was 1 through 6, and middle was 7, 8, 9. Yeah. High school was 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Which is different than what they do out here. Yeah. So in 10th grade, I remember being on JV, and I don't know if I ever made a basket. Maybe I don't know if I ever did. I could pass the ball, do this, but I wasn't good at that.
I'll tell you what. But go ahead.
Do you remember? I this popped in my head. Do you remember the presidential fitness test?
Oh yeah. Oh, I failed it every time. I'm damaged goods here, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember though. I think, let's see, if I recall correctly, you had to do a 1 mile run, sit-ups, push-ups, and pull-ups.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that's what it was. And
you're right.
In that particular school, if I recall correctly, I was in 6th grade when I remember this test, and I don't remember the mile run, but that's particular school that was in New Jersey, so we had more land there. Yeah, because I left 6th in Jersey, Jersey in 6th grade to 6th grade in New York, and so. But I remember, I don't remember the run. I vaguely remember the push-ups. Okay, which I did okay at. I remember the pull-ups, did okay, but the sit-ups, I don't know what was. I must have had my Frosted Flakes that morning, because which I had almost every morning back then. And I did. I think I did. Yeah, you're supposed to do as many sit-ups as you could in 15 seconds.
Yes.
And I did 15 in 15 seconds. And the PE teacher was holding my legs down, my ankles. He looked at me like, "Whoa." Okay, so I felt good for half a minute. Okay, as far as that's concerned. So anyway, that was one thing I remember that. But do you know? This is either 2023. Only 31.7% of schools require PE to graduate.
Yes, you're right.
Okay. And only 25 states, actually, not only, 25 states require only 1 year of PE in high school.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you think we have an obesity issue in our country? Have you heard about that? I don't know. Maybe there's not a connection. Could be, maybe not. But and just saying. But I do remember that. But they've changed it. It's not they've replaced it with a presidential youth fitness program, which I believe is watered down version of it.
I'm sure
I do remember that.
The funny thing on this whole thing, the thing I could do very well was push-ups. I do push-ups very well. Set-ups I did very well. For pull-ups, forget it.
Interesting.
And running. I was very good at running.
I bet you could be good.
Yeah. Well, when you're a nerd in East LA, you got to learn to run.
Oh well, yes. That was a running for survival.
I was great at cross country. We used to run the streets and kind of like we do up here in Benicia. You seen the kids running the streets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was great at that.
Yeah, but you didn't do cross. Yeah, you practiced for cross country by going through the back alleys.
Yeah, exactly. But man, pull-ups, forget it, man. Oh, yeah, I failed it. I couldn't do that. Oh, I got to tell you this one story. Okay, we had to do this high jump. I failed miserably.
Oh, I like the high jump.
Oh, they couldn't put the bar low enough for me to get over.
Oh, well, that must have been, you must have been good at the limbo.
No, this is going over. I couldn't go under either. Okay. I'm trying to go over. I'm trying to go over the high jump. They couldn't get the bar low enough. Oh, it was awful.
Well, they must have gotten it low enough you could step over it.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm gonna tell you. That's what the coach finally let me do, because this PE class was the last period.
Oh,
Okay.
gosh, okay.
So you couldn't go and take a shower unless you did the high jump.
Oh, wow.
I was the last one there. Nobody's there. It's getting dark. So the coach just put it real low and just step over it. Okay. Okay.
Oh, Padre. Wow, crazy. Nuts. Crazy.
Oh, you're not kidding, man.
I know.
Hey, so you were always inside, so you never had to go outside then, huh?
Well, no, that's not true. In high school, I played soccer.
Oh,
for 2 years.
Okay, yeah.
And so so that was outside practice and outside games.
Okay.
And I remember being out there and being a little chilly on occasion.
You ain't kidding.
This being New York.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. I'm sure it was pretty cold.
Yeah, but the good thing about soccer is you run a lot, so you do tend to stay warm.
Yeah.
But running out there and you have to wear shorts. That's all they allow you to wear.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it was okay.
I remember having a conversation with this guy. This guy was from Boston. He was working out here, and we were just talking around and saying, okay, who's got the toughest gangs, the East Coast or the West Coast? And I'm going, well, you know what? We've got the Bloods, the Crips. I'm going down the list. Sure. White Fence, Little Hazard, Happy Valley. We've got all of these gangs here. And he says, come on. You guys got palm trees. How tough can you be? He says, we're in 6 feet of snow. I said, oh, you got me there.
Yeah. Well, so that reminds me. So, I mean, if you grew up in the LA area, okay, you didn't worry about wearing shorts outside. You were not cold.
Well, come on. We're pretty wimpy out here. Okay. I mean, we get a little drizzle and we're saying it's raining.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. But I do remember that. I do.
Yeah.
So do you remember, I mean, to get out of PE class, the only way you could get out of PE class is not go to school.
Exactly.
Right.
You're right.
That was really about it. You got into school. Okay. If you're breathing, you're going to that PE class. Okay. You just doctor's note. You really didn't do anything.
It didn't.
Okay.
You're right.
I know. It's crazy.
Oh, God, it was horrible.
I know. So instead of that, now they don't have gym class at all.
Yeah.
Okay. In a lot of schools, whatever. Or
maybe
minimal.
we can just get a participation grade.
Yeah.
We thought about going to gym class.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, golly. I'll tell you what, the nerd having to take a shower with everybody. Did you ever do that? You ever take a shower? I mean, that was part of the course. And you know what always ended up happening? The old towel whip.
Oh, the towel whips. Yep. That was a big thing, the towel whip.
Yeah. With the coaches.
Yeah.
It'll toughen you up.
Yeah. It'll toughen you. You had to be running with the right group not to get towel whipped. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And the whole idea is if you told on them and they got in trouble, forget it. You're really going to get it.
You're deep doo-doo. And that was prepping people for prison. Okay, modified down, dumbed down a bit. Okay, but okay, that was definitely not a favorite thing, having to shower.
I was going to say, at least in my neighborhood. Oh yeah. God. Yeah. You were a soccer guy, right?
Yeah.
We used to have a flag football.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. I know flag football.
Yeah,
I mean, I played it a few times. Now, not in school, but outside. Yeah.
The only safe place to be when you're playing flag football is carrying the ball.
Yeah, probably. That's
because what ended up happening, the coach is watching to make sure that nobody hits the guy with the ball, and they make you block, and you get creamed. Boom! You got to go for the flag, and they block you, and you get creamed.
You know what? It brings back a memory. I was playing flag football in Central Park, and I remember that it was definitely a contact sport. And I got contacted and got the wind knocked out of me.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm laying on my back. Please, could I breathe? Please, can I breathe? Okay, everything turned out okay. But flag football is not as light as people might think.
Yeah,
And of course, a lot of the PE teachers as you were saying before, frustrated NFL people
Yeah.
or football players. Yeah.
I had one time we were playing basketball. All right, playing because I think it was raining, so we were inside playing basketball in the gym. And at that point, this is my senior year, and I'm pretty good now. I mean, as far as that's all they ever used me for was at the end of the game when they didn't need anybody to score or whatever. I would go in and get because I was 6'2",
right,
in a Hispanic school. Okay, so okay, go in, just make sure these guys don't score. That's it. The last 2 minutes of the game. All right, so I was able to jump pretty high, almost be able to slam dunk the ball. That's how close I was. All right.
Okay.
Now, I went up for a rebound. They took the legs from underneath me. I landed on the back of my head so loud, everybody stopped to look.
Yeah.
And then they went back playing.
Okay.
The coaches and everything. I had to get up like, oh man, I saw stars.
I bet you did. You're lucky you didn't get hurt.
Oh, you're not kidding. You see what happens today?
Yeah.
I'm lucky I didn't get a concussion or something.
At a minimum. You never might break your neck or something like that.
Or maybe I did. I just don't know it.
Well, okay.
I may be still suffering the effects today.
Okay, well, that explains everything.
Yeah.
Now I understand. Makes total sense. Did you? I don't know about you, but did you have the issue where they made you do sit-ups? Okay, and you started to get butt burn.
Oh yeah, and and you're wearing a jock strap, right?
Yep.
And then the shorts go down.
Yeah.
You're doing the setups, and man, you can just feel it because the mats have been used so much that they're rough. They're like light color.
Cracked, all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
It was always a blue mat, but where you were doing setups, it was almost white because everybody was rubbing it.
And you know why? It was blue mats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was blue mats. I have blue mats too. Amazing.
You could see, all right, I may be in my 70s, but it's still in my subconscious here.
Okay, we're talking about childhood traumas.
Yeah, exactly. I need all the help I can get.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Hey, did you ever forget your gym clothes?
Oh, never.
Yeah, me
ever.
Because I don't know about you, but you're in deep doo-doo if you came without clothes.
You're absolutely right. And I was already in deep doo-doo. I didn't need to get in any deeper doo-doo. And you know what? The worst thing is they worked you hard. Remember that you build up a sweat. By the time you took the gym clothes home on Friday, they reeked. They were ripe.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep, they were ripe.
And heaven forbid you forget to take them home on the weekend to get them washed.
Yeah. Can you imagine what they're like over the weekend, just stewing and simmering? And
you could smell them. You open up that locker. Oh, man. I tell you, if I had hair in my nostrils, it would have burned them right off.
Yeah, it doesn't smell like a locker room for nothing.
Yeah, there you go. What wonderful memories, huh?
Yeah, that was.
You know what?
Some good memories, but there were some memories that I wish I didn't have to remember. It was okay. It wasn't horrible, but
obviously we had different experiences.
Yeah. I mean, I liked athletics. I liked that. I liked high jump. I like doing that stuff out there. And I mean, now you know how tall I am. So for me to do a high jump for me is pretty low. So for you, that's a different story, but not your thing.
It's not my thing.
If you could high jump, you could high jump higher than I could.
If I could,
dream of high jumping.
If I could, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. No, I remember that the only thing I was good at was running. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
The neighborhood I grew up
talking
in.
about running, and I meant to say this before because I again, the schools that I was in, other than sixth grade in Jersey, there's nothing to run on. But I remember that obviously it was used as punishment.
Right.
Okay, if you do something wrong, and I guess it must have stuck with me because I remember, as coaching soccer teams for many years, that was an obvious one. Hey, you're acting up, you're doing this, take a lap.
Yeah.
And that's around the whole soccer field. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So,
I got one more thing. Because I gotta ask you this, okay? Because when I was growing up, this was the first time they had sex education.
okay.
Okay. In our school, they made the gym coach teach it.
I'm trying to remember. I don't know if it was a gym teacher. It might have been the homeroom teacher. I don't remember.
It was the gym teacher. It was like, he's drawing stuff on the board, like he's doing.
Yeah, I don't think that's unusual. If I recall correctly, didn't they do that in who taught sex ed in Benicia High? Wasn't that the PE teacher?
Oh, I have no idea.
Huh.
I just remember my experience.
No, I understand. Yeah. I'm just wondering. It's just a juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Okay. Because if they did it back then, I don't remember. It could very well have been PE teacher, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could be that it's still the same.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you this. For me, it was nirvana. I didn't have to do anything. I just had to sit there and listen to this guy talk.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it was more like, okay, we're going to make the gym coach do it because we don't want to take anybody else's time up.
Yeah.
And I said, all right. No.
Yeah.
Didn't have to get dressed. Didn't have to get showered. Didn't have to run. Yeah. Man, just sit here and listen to this guy talk.
Yeah. Padre like that.
Oh, you ain't kidding, man.
Fun times to some degree. Yeah.
Well, Professor, looks like we're running a little long, buddy. What do you say we bring this one to a close?
Sounds like a good idea.
All right. All right. You have a great one, okay? Bye-bye.
Yeah, you too. Talk soon.
We'd like to thank you for listening and remind you, if you happen to have any baby boomer topics you'd like us to cover, just email us at growingupboomer@gmail.com. And until next time, may God bless.